I don't know that there's a landing spot for Russell Wilson, and we may have seen him play his last down in the NFL, unless he's willing to go someplace as a backup. A true backup coming in, this is our guy, and if something happens, maybe you can get in there. And I don't think, and look, and guys like Russell Wilson that are Hall of Famers at the end, that's when you just walk away. Because think about it this way. When you're looking at the teams that need a quarterback, right? The teams at the very top of the draft, Titans and the Browns and the Giants, right? They all do. Okay. Titans have shown no interest in Russell Wilson. Wilson went to visit the Browns, but are the Browns really going to do that when they pick second? Probably not. There's a quarterback there for them. That's more, I see Russell Wilson trying to just, get interest out, because the two teams that he would be the fit for are the Steelers and the Giants, and that's it, right? Steelers and Giants, that's it. And for all of this, he could go back to Pittsburgh. If the Steelers really wanted him, they'd have signed him already, right? They'd have brought him back. He was a Steeler. He's here. He's a free agency. You don't let your quarterback hang out there if you want to bring him back. If he really wanted to be, if the Steelers really wanted him back, as much as Mike Tomlin loved him, maybe there was a big intervention of some kind and they said, Mike, dude, this guy really isn't great. Okay, get off my back. I'm not going to admit I was wrong. Just okay, fine. If they wanted Russell Wilson, they would have him. And the same is true of the Giants. If the Giants wanted Russell Wilson, they would have signed him, because it's an easy signing for Russell Wilson, right, for the Giants. It's easy because they could say, well, okay, we need somebody because we're picking third. We like to think a quarterback we like is going to be there, but maybe we don't like Shedeur Sanders as much as everybody thinks we do, but we need somebody. So Russell Wilson would clearly be either the bridge guy to get us to Shedeur Sanders if we wind up taking him, or maybe Cam Ward drops because, Abdul Carter goes 1 and Travis Hunter goes 2. I mean, probably not, but it covers us. We have the veteran to get us to Shedeur Sanders, or the veteran to get us to whoever we want that we take in the second round of the draft, because they pick early second, which is where guys like Milroe and Ewers and McCord and Jackson Dart is moving up.
McCord.
I keep saying McCord. I keep trying. I
think he's still at the back end of the first when it's all said.
Yeah, he could be right, but the Giants could easily then move from early in the second round, move up. So they would have that covered. They don't want to go in with what they have right now, which I think is Joe Pisarcik. So
it's your buddy Tommy Cutlets.
I mean, really,
they did re-up him the other day, so you got that going for you.
So that's to me, that's the biggest key to everything, is what are the Giants going to do if they believe they're going to get a quarterback, or if maybe they don't trust this regime to make that quarterback pick, because you wonder what's going on behind closed doors there, right? We saw the Hard Knocks last year. Mara comes down and says, boy, I got a real problem if Saquon Barkley goes to the Eagles. No, we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. Okay, maybe you don't. So maybe, hey, Shane and Dable are back, but we're not going to allow you to pick another quarterback. So you got to figure something else out here. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was a big discrepancy between we got to get a quarterback early, we have to wait and draft one in a year, when whatever one of our guys when we get a new regime in here, whatever it is, there's got to be some sort of friction going on and a battle in New York about what they're going to do at quarterback. But clearly, no matter what they decide to do, Russell Wilson would be the guy, right? Aaron Rodgers is not going to go to the Giants. They're not interested in him. But Wilson's the guy. It's either Wilson, or you're figuring some kind of crazy-ass trade out, or you're waiting for the draft and you're tanking for Arch Manning, whatever it is. So for Russell Wilson, if these teams wanted him, they would have gotten him already. You see how fast teams move on quarterbacks. Darnold was out there for 8 minutes. Justin Fields is out there for 9 minutes. Daniel Jones made everybody wait a day. Or maybe Roger Goodell said, hey, dude, can you wait a day so we can have the news cycle? Yeah, sure, that's fine. These guys come off the board really fast, and now they're out there for a reason. So while Rodgers seems to have a little more heat, I really wonder if that's it for Russell Wilson, because I don't see where else the fit's going to be.
Yeah, the obvious fit would be to go back to Pittsburgh from a pure playing style and aptitude, right? Because Russell Wilson, what did we hear all the time? We talked about it a little bit last night when you were sad for these two guys.
I still am sad. I still am sad that it's ending with them looking so desperate. They're sweaty with their hats in their hands, and they're wringing their hands going, do you have a job for me? Do you have a job? They're all Luca Brasi going into the dawn on the, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry during this busy time of free agency. I have to ask you for a favor, but I really need to do this.
That's the day. They can't refuse a favor. So if you have one that you need, that's the day to do it.
I feel bad.
You're going to pay a heavy price in the end, but
Hall Hall of Fame career shouldn't end like this with just being so desperate to stay.
Well, but it's the decision of what's your expiration date, right? Not everybody's Tom Brady, where we're playing into our 40s, or Warren Moon, who didn't get a shot till he was 40, or all of those kind of things. Obviously, I exaggerate. But the point being that, we've just gotten so accustomed in all these sports of guys playing much longer. I mean, Drew Brees, at the end, what did he have left? Peyton Manning, at the end, what did he have left? When we're getting toward turning the odometer over. For Aaron Rodgers, we had a pretty good half a season. For Russell Wilson, you had a couple of good weeks. But a lot of reports that he and Arthur Smith, who I think you could throw over the side of the boat and go find another OC, but that's just me. But
look at those cuttlefish. Where? Whoa!
Right. But the reports that he and Arthur Smith did not get along is obviously not helping his cause to come back to Pittsburgh, the Russell Wilson side of it. With the Giants, it's all right, Pat Shurmur was their coach in 2019, right? He was the guy that had the Daniel Jones, the beginning of that experiment. And then for Dable and for Shane, it was, all right, you'll either fix him and it'll be you get to carry him to the next level, have the success like you did with Josh Allen. Well, unfortunately, the guy got hurt, including a couple of really severe injuries. Like, neck injuries are no joke, right? We watch that whenever a guy gets that on his report card for the end of the year. It's like, all right, are we trusting this going forward? And they decided to move on. So is Dable that guy, or are they supposed to bring in a placeholder for a year because they like the 2026 draft that much more? You mentioned Arch Manning. We talk about it all the time. All the other quarterbacks that will be in that class that maybe everybody likes a little bit more. And so you're thinking we have a roster that's only going to be so good no matter who we bring in, be it rookie, be it veteran. And for Mara, again, you know what? You could have just ordered them, pay Saquon Barkley whatever the hell he wants. Okay? You're the owner. You could have done that.
Right.
You could have done that. You didn't.
And they would have still stunk. Because it's not like all of a sudden Barkley is playing on a great team.
But that's the thing. Behind Andrew Thomas, oh, wait, he got hurt. And the rest of the offensive line was, if I say the word pedestrian, we all know what I mean. Okay? So that's kind of where we're at in this process.